Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forecast.com YouTube channel. This is Henry and today is Tuesday, February 15. The time is around 2 a.m. GMT. Today we're going to be looking at the chart of the New Zealand dollar yen. This is a 45 minutes chart right here. We can see we ended this wave 2 in the intermediate degree at 78. Since then it has started to turn lower here. So we are currently within wave 3, right? We are currently within wave 3 in the intermediate degree, which should subdivide into 5 waves. We have wave 1 here, minor degree, and looking for 3 days rally to finish wave 2. And then from there we should be turning lower again as long as we continue to stay below this previous peak from last week, 78. Okay, so looking for the downside after the 3 days rally. So in terms of where this 3 days rally is going to end, approximately, I think by this time, if you look at the retracement, this is this A here is already 38.2% retracement. So the C probably is around 50 to 61.8% retracement, which is based on. But you can also measure the target based on the extension. So once this P is complete, you can use Fibonacci extension like this to forecast or to project the target from the wave C, which is at the 100% extension of the A. Okay. Now let's take a look at the larger degree to get an idea of the New Zealand dollar yen. If I look at the 4-hour, first of all, I will put this 2 in blue, Y in red, and here X in red in the 4-hour. Okay, so this is the 4-hour chart. This is Y in blue, Y in red, 2 in blue, and this is X in red, as we can see in the 45 minutes, and this is 1. So based on this, we could conclude this has to be your W in red, and then this has to be 1 in blue, which is your starting point. Okay, now let's observe a couple of things. Right, number one is that this rally starting from January 29 is in 3 swing. It's not 5 ways rally, it's a 3 swing. And if you measure the extension WXY, you can see it sold off exactly from the 100% extension area, right? Which is typical in a 3 swing. It will end somewhere between 100%, 161.8, sold off from there. In fact, we did give a sell setup, a sell signal in the live trading room in this area last week. We sold it, and then now we got the reaction lower. So then by this time we already take partial profit. We already move stop loss to protect our position, and that's the way we do. We don't trade every single swing, which a lot of people mistakenly believe every single chart is a trading setup. It's not, right? There is still a system layer over the chart, so that you have to have a system in place where you know exactly what the conditions are if you want to take a trades. So we take a trades right here, 3 swings 100%. This is where we took it, and then now we have seen the reaction lower. We are now in the period, or we are now in the area where unless we break below the low here, we can always do a double correction like so, WXY, which then will give you another blue box if it does a double correction based on this 3 swing again at the next 100% extension. That's the way it is, right? That's the way it is. Now in the shorter cycle, for now what we are calling is, as long as we stay below 78, we can see more downside. um, that peak over here will be the peak from last week. Now if I upgrade even more into the daily time frame, now you notice here, if we started to look at it from the October last year, right, from the October last year, now you can see we got what we call a sequence of a lower low. You can clearly see we got a lower low, right? A lower, this is what we call a lower low, lower high and lower low. And when you have a sequence of lower low, potentially in the third swing, this is your first swing, second swing, third swing, can see as a default usually can see 100% extension. Not always, but it's a higher probability. It's all about probability, right? And 100% extension measuring from here is 72.8 approximately, right? So we do have a bearish sequence, a lower low. It's a bearish sequence in which the third swing has not reached the ideal 100%. And this is the bearish channel right here, and we still remain below the bearish channel so far. Now if we do get a break above the channel, then potentially we can truncate, the cycle can be complete and all those things. But as long as we stay below this bearish channel, we can potentially continue to go down. And we did this 3 swings rally, retesting the bearish channel again last week, and sold off, right? From the 100% extension. Also, at the same time, we got this bearish channel, sold off. But now we are in the middle, in which until you break below this low again, right? Until you break below this low again, you cannot completely rule out this to happen, right? But probability wise, we're looking for the downside. Now a lot of people in the comment, especially, they basically got, I don't know why, but a lot of people got very annoyed when I talk about alternates. When I talk about alternates, I just want to acknowledge what the possibilities are. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just acknowledging the possibilities, right? This is not like a crystal ball with 100% guarantee it is going to happen. We are talking in any type of forecast, we're always talking about probability, right? And analyst's job is to identify what the various probabilities are, and then after considering all those things, they will give you what will be what they think is the most likely scenario. That's what the chart is showing. The chart cannot show every single possibility, but there are various possibility, and based on the technique, based on the system, we identify what will be the more likely scenario. And even then, we also have a system in place to be able to identify when or whether one should trade what we forecast, right? The forecast is always going to be there. We always express our views. We always update the charts. A lot of people mistakenly believe every single swing, every single chart is all trading setup. This is trading signal to sell. This is trading signal to buy. No, that it doesn't work that way. But I see a lot of misunderstanding by people that is new to trading, basically, right? And so yeah, so that's it. And the idea here is simple. This one also looks like a 5 swing here, as you can see. 5 swing overlap, no problem, as long as it is within with 1 or with 5, which can be is a diagonal. And so now looking for this rally to fail below 78 for further downside, potentially can go as low as 100% extension from October here, which is the 72.6, or it can just go at least 100% of this, and the 100% should be 74 based from the 100% extension from January 2022 in 3 swing. All right, so if you want further updates on Forex, commodities, indices, or just education, otherwise just by listening to the live trading room live session, you can learn a lot. And we do have a 14 days trial, and the link is going to be provided in the description of the video. So I'll see you all again tomorrow, and have a nice day, everyone.